Okay, we're back, and this feels familiar. We are talking to Gina, I believe. Hi, Gina. Are you holding up? You should hear them talking at the yard now. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is coming out about Gregson doing some Reaper of the Bailey shit. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all them bludgers. Ah, you mean the whole Reaper thing? Yeah. Apparently the boss was investigating stuff that no one else at the yard knew nothing about. Stuff to do with all them criminals what got off scot-free. Yeah, the ones prosecuted by Lord Van Zeeks who used bribery and corruption to evade conviction. Well then obviously, it was that bloomin' Reaper giving the orders, weren't it? Why would people be suspecting Inspector Gregson of being involved in the killings? There was a notebook hidden in his office. Oh no. Doesn't sound good. It had details about all the crimes that had been pegged as the Reaper's work. What? No. Did you see it, Gina? Did you see that notebook? They wouldn't flatly let me. Because I'm just an apprentice, apparently. But it was me who found it. And he was my boss. That's right. I was pretty miffed about it, so I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway. Oh! That's our Gina. Tell me. So, managed to see what was written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you? Well, I see it. It's my right to read what he wrote. Good girl. And what had he written, Gina? Dates, times, places, names, and a whole long list of them. All details about the bludger supposed to have been done in by the Reaper. But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps it was a record of the inspector's investigations into the Reaper's activities. Exactly. That's what I said. That's the first thing you'd think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognized anyway. Well, the Reaper's targets were almost exclusively known leaders of London's criminal underworld. Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd. At the end of the list, you mean? I'm pretty sure the date against it was 31st October. Oh, the day before the inspector was found dead? So, what was the odd name? It weren't like a name I've ever seen before. It was something like, No, it's no good. Can't remember it. Don't think it was an English name, put it that way. Oh dear. What a pity. Japanese name? There was something else too. I don't know if it matters, but the same name kept coming up over and over. Shin, it was. I don't suppose it means anything, but Shin. Asa Shin? Did you say Shin? Eh? What? Does mean something? Lord Van Zeeks knew the name too. Mentioned her as well. The woman who actually did the deeds. And now, Giselle Brett. We found out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. We haven't seen you for a little while, have we, Gina? Well, of course not. I've been busy, ain't I? Investigating and that. The lads at the yard are trying to trace the boss's movements the day before it happened. The day before? That'd be the undercover investigation into the Red-Headed League, then. Only the boss didn't go, did he? He found some cove what was pretending to be him, didn't you, Otto? Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on Lime Street that day, posing as Gregson. Which means that there's a double whammy of, Gregson paying Vigil to keep him on his feet, and Gregson using Vigil as an alibi to cover, When me and my partner get together, there's nothing we can't track down. Oh, little Toby! He's such a faithful friend. So, have you tracked anything down then? What do you think, eh? Of course we have. Can't tell you though. Police business, innit? Yes! Anyway, the point is, if you all ever need any help, you know who to turn to, right? Me and the Hellhound here. Right. Because he looks oh so hellish, honest. Tell me. Gina, about your Hellhound there. Yes, bring it back up. You uppies. Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's the pride of the force, he is. In Japanese, police dog means something quite different, and not altogether nice to those involved in the crime. Here in Britain, it's a wonderful compliment, it seems. Or a canine, at least. Oh. It should be. After all, in the Great Exhibition case the other day, it was Toby here who managed to locate Drebber's workshop. Maybe it's time for another demonstration of what this super dog can do, eh? Do we have something the Chief Inspector could catch the scent of, I wonder?
Take that!
Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this. Look at him. He might be a little too keen, don't you think? Hey! The Chief Inspector made short work of Gina there. Oh, look who he's gone to. Oh, did I actually nail that? Oh my, that trunk clearly still has a very strong scent of Inspector Gregson. In other words, it must have belonged to him. Uh-oh, busted. It should go to you, but at least let us have a look. All right, it's a fair cop, I suppose. Nearly got away with it too. It wasn't that meddling dog. It must talk so proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what it can achieve. Did it not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us? Yeah, that was a bit of a bloomer, wouldn't it? That's enough now then, Gina. Eh? I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk. Alright, what's in the box? It weren't like that. It just weren't. What are you talking about? I know what's going through that head of yours, but that ain't what happened. Alright then, what did happen? Well, like I said before, he was trying to trace the boss's movements. So I let Toby have a whiff of the boss's overcoat. As soon as I'd done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich. To a sandwich? Not to a bag of chips? Mr. Naruhodo, I believe Gina means the witness. Sandwich? Oh, I forgot about that sandwich. Yeah, he had it hidden between the wooden boards of the boss's truck. How? Was that why he was fucking struggling for his life there? I mean, when they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here. Exactly. They nabbed it for the scene. Oh, that sneaky little bugger. Goodness. Me, the Chief Inspector, gave that sandwich a good grilling. And you know what he said? I thought it might fetch a good price, and the chap wouldn't be needn't anymore, so... But that's all I did. Nothing more, nothing less. Would you Adam and Eve the cheek of it, eh? Stealing the dead boss's stuff to flog. So Miss Venus wasn't the only one to meddle with the scene of the crime, then. How could they? So anyway, that's how it happened. And it's a pretty decent trunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well, if it was at the crime scene, let's open it up and search it for evidence. Maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together. Let us in. I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? What do you want about? I am the police. Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could he maybe examine it? Yeah, all right then. Do what you want with it. Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence. All right. Toby? What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively toward me all of a sudden? Mr. Naruhodo, be careful. It must be the trunk. Oh my god! Ah! Hellhound! Toby! Oi! What are you doing? You're gonna lick his face off! Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! Gina, quickly, hail a carriage! What? The fuck's in the box? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, are you alright? Miss Susato? Mr. Shuln! Ah, conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, to drop dead after a moderate licking by a small terrier. Most unseemly. What is there isn't seemly is irrelevant to you, Mr. Shuln. A series of poses. Oh god. I'm so glad there's no lasting damage. How are you feeling? I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? Ah, what's on my head? A bandage? Sadly, we had no ice. That's a compress of sugar water. Sugar water? Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. That's a first aid treatment that my father taught me. Oh, thank you. So, let's take tea when you're feeling up to it. Of course. No sugar in the patient's cup. The bump on my head is throbbing sweetly enough, don't worry. Whenever you feel ready, then. You should examine this first and foremost. Oh, hello. What is this? Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? Gone right through the leather and into the metal behind. Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged. Whoever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force. Wonder how it happened. Let's have a look inside. Oh? Look, there's something inside. Oh, let's see. It appears to be a passport authorizing him to travel overseas. Is Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then? Wasn't he going to France? Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... Oh! What is it? It was for travel on 31st October, just one day before the incident. What? Really? Travel to France. Alright. Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered? What's all this then? That's the only thing of note here. Oh, that's blood. Gina, you dolt. It starts stain here, do you think? Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. That presumably means that this was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes. I think Gina's been carrying this around with her. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. No, it doesn't. I mean, alright. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? It's rather unusual to find ourselves here in the middle of our investigations. It's just occurred to me that I might have forgotten something when we left this morning. Oh, this is, Please don't worry. As long as you continue to investigate thoroughly, you won't go far wrong. Oh, this conversation was available to us from the beginning, I assume. Oh, yes, of course. Must get back to work as soon as possible. Yeah, said the way forward. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Sholmes. My dear fellow, think nothing of it. I must say I was quite startled when I heard that you've been attacked by a dog. For a moment I feared that infamous murderer of so many has come back from the dead. You mean... Professor? Fortunately, I see your prized throat is unscathed. That stiff, turned-up collar of yours obviously afforded some welcome protection. Was I that close to death? All I really remember is the dog licking my face over and over and over again. Well, if you wish to avoid such troubles in the future, a little mustard spread on the cheeks should do the trick. I should think that would balance the sweetness of your bandage rather splendidly. You see? I keep my desk beautifully covered in papers, as always. You really must tidy it all up, Mr. Naruhodo. No more excuses. I pursue Susanoo the way I see it. All these papers building up at my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. I can leave them as they are, so that I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences. In that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. Then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed. Nah! Still can't beat her in an argument, even though I'm the lawyer here. She's good there. Alright. We should pop down here. Oh. Oh no. What? What on earth is going on in here? Am I having a bad dream? Ah, no. It's an old German folk song. Rather a fine rendition, I think. That's the least of my concerns. Iris? Iris? What's the matter? Who's that sprawling, that relaxed gentleman over there? Oh, Iris? Is she even listening? Excuse me, sir. I do apologize for troubling you whilst you're singing so merrily, but would you be so kind enough to explain the situation? I don't think it's him. Well, that worked. A crooning gentleman and a beauty young girl. Rather tantalizing juxtaposition. And one that appears to have incited the gods of deduction within me to find their voices too. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Uh-oh. Iris reacted. Look at her. The strains of reasoning within me are playing now as a delightful duet. One melody sings of a reunion full of nostalgia. Oh. Whilst the other is a morose theme about the great secret you're trying so desperately to conceal, Iris. It's turned as white as a sheet. So as usual, you've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter. Remember Iris bolted from the coroner's office when Mariah mentioned the, was the autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks went missing? As usual, you've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter. And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel sure this gentleman's song will reach its finale. So then, to Music Land, where all is sweetness and delicacy and harmony. Pray, do enjoy Herlock Jones, latest logic and reasoning spectacular. The game is afoot. Alright. Man's identity. Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly he's a German with no grasp of the English language. As evidenced by the dramatic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So why is the man here at all, and in such apparently high spirits? The answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Oh, she looked. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel that particular part of the mystery. Reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. Oh. You obviously offered our German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend. The tea's delectable flavor has made the man's spirits soar, resulted in this joyfully ditty tumbling incessantly from his lips. I eagerly await sampling the flavor myself, that I may join this fellow in his state of elation. Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the satay? That happens a number of years ago now. A certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. Required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. Oh. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gottrich Sigismund von Ornstein. The King of Germany. Oh, shit. If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany. It would appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I have afforded him. He has decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. Well-mannered monarch indeed. Wouldn't you agree, my dear fellow? They're both doing the thing. So the identity of this masked visitor is in fact my former client, the King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Great Exhibition. Yeah. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Oh? Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. £5 note, I believe. I must say, as your compatriot, I'm deeply saddened. Oh. It would appear that you've allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the King's secret. And now the final piece of the puzzle. What is this secret you strive to hide with your silence, Iris? Ah, yes, we need only follow that brief, involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. Well, you were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, in fact. Or should I say, the handle of my favorite coffee cup. It appears that His Highness' spirited highness broke it in the midst of his hijinks. Which leads us to the sad truth. My favorite coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany, and Iris, you try to conceal it from me. I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle. That gloomy motherfucker. Oh, that's beautiful. With your silence as well, fellows jovial warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not? Ah. Mr. Sholmes? I must say something does rather trouble me. Pray, Mr. Sato, do tell. He's just snapped back to it, so he's looking for us to challenge him. His Royal Highness doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived. Ah. You haven't said a word either, Iris. Mr. Sholmes has it all right. You might as well own up to it now. Your reasoning isn't entirely without substance, I must admit. And one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. Yet another grievance, Mr. Naruhodo? Surely not. Well, I actually read the story of that case recently, the one you were just describing. According to that, at least, it wasn't the King of Germany, but the King of Bohemia. Goodness, was it? Yes, that's quite true. Mr. Gotz, the Prince, testified to that in court. In his words, I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Oh, fuck. My home in Bohemia. It was that little brat. The balloon kid. Hello? I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It could easily become quite a scandal. I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that it's our turn now to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in. Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Though it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene. But one truth is incontrovertible. My favorite coffee cup is no more. So, shall we embark again? On a joint presentation of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular? Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Let's go. Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Yet he's a German with no grasp of the English language. As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So why is the man here, at all, and in such apparently high spirits? Yet, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright, young eyes to unravel that particular part of this mystery. The reason for that man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. There we go. So what, it's some mix of herbs that gives you the urge to sing? Goodness, I should like to try some. I'd like to hear you singing, but this man... Just how long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose? As I said, he's been stock still the entire time. If you look closely, his lips aren't moving either. Ah. So I'm not sure what's actually responsible for the spirited singing. I suspect the answer lies at the end of Iris's gaze. Like, why be pointing at his crotch? Rotate? Anything interesting to look at here? Mask. We know this mask. Oh, you're right. So, does that mean? No, surely not. It couldn't be. Could it? No, it's most definitely not him. Oh no, of course it's not. Thank goodness. Good mustache. But then why is this gentleman now wearing it? I'm afraid once again I really have no idea. The answer is obviously... Oh wait, this is a gramophone, still rarely seen in our own country. The sound certainly appears to be coming from the horn. A machine singing? That can't be right. Science and technology are changing the world rapidly, Mr. Naruhodo. What's right is changing too? Ugh, it's too much for my brain. Well, at least we found our answer.
Take that!
Bonk. Oh yeah, the reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone. Indeed, for no well-bred gentleman would break into an obscure folk song when making a social call. Nah. In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. In fact, it would appear that the fellow is unconscious. Ah, the music seems to have stopped now. I ask you, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Why would I have purchased a recording of that gibberish? How should I know? Well, never mind. On with the deduction. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the settee? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of Germanic origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case, required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund von Ornstein, the King of Germany. My memory serves, this mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany. Although we've already established that it was actually the King of Bohemia, it seems Mr. Sholmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason. Come to think of it, the young prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he? Master Gotts? The boy whom you had in tears? Don't remind me, or anyone else. Do you suppose all the members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks? I'm sure they do. Well, probably anyway. Rich people shit. What is that mask doesn't belong to any king? No, that's right. As we well know. Because we can identify the true owner of this mask. I mean, do we present you? It's kind of clear who this is. But it's also clear that the one person we saw in this mask was you. Okay. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to Kazuma Asogi. In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable. Only you could try to make that sound positive. Cosmo's mask has been languishing on this metal chest for several days. That doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now. But it is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. And he is not Cosmo Asogi. We need only excuse ourselves in advance, gently lift the mask, and peer behind it. I don't believe it. We really didn't see it was him when the mask was on. Ah! Father! Oh. I'm afraid, Mr. Zato, you must be mistaken. No! I think not, Mr. Sholmes. Then it would appear our logic and reasoning has once again revealed the truth. This mysterious visitor. Susie! Is my unconscious father, Eugen Nikitoba. Well, that got a reaction. Logic and reasoning? Or just looking insane? That's the picture! That's the picture we went with. Look at Naruhodo's face. Good on Susie, she deserves that. She deserved that. Alright, now then. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. That's a 5-pound note poking out from Iris's knapsack, is it? Oh dear, I can't be sure. Most money that we encounter is in coin form. I know. Not even sure if we've seen any banknotes here in Britain at all, have we? But anyway, Father would never have paid money for Iris's silence. He certainly seems like the silent type himself, though, judging by his present state. Maybe some other reason for Iris's silence, I suppose. Perhaps what Iris is trying so hard not to give away with her eyes. Something entirely different. Rotate. Not her hands. Not her knapsack. Version slipper. I mean, what is this? The slipper features in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, doesn't it? It does. When I first saw it there on the mantelpiece, I very nearly fainted with excitement. Doesn't Iris keep her elevenses in there? Yes, that part was never mentioned in the stories. You'd swap it for the Japanese equivalent of a slipper for fun. In other words, for wouldn't get a sendal. But then it wouldn't be possible to hide anything inside. Which matters because... what else can we examine up here? This metal chest contains important documents, doesn't it? Yes, details of all the cases Mr. Sholmes has worked on over the years. Written up by Iris's father, if I'm remembering correctly. Iris insists that the chest is kept locked at all times. She's never once shown me inside. Well, its contents are invaluable to her, I suppose, and entirely irreplaceable. Look at it now. The catch is unlocked for once. Ah, so it is. It's hard to ignore. Very. I've never seen that chest unlocked before. All the time we've been staying here at Baker Street. Alright, what's in the chest?
Take that!
Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that metal chest. An excellent observation, for upon closer inspection, there is something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now the catch is open. Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. But a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I really need to open this chest. Here we go. No! Hurley, don't! Paul. Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Hurley! K.O. He's dead. Never. Oh, Hurley. I told you not to open it. Ah, so you found your voice now, Iris. Ah. In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is... Ooh. This is somewhat different to the usual dance of deduction you perform with Mr. Sholmes, isn't it? Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm gonna have to dance this next part solo. Anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this, for my own peace of mind. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so... You don't actually know the answer yet? Despite that knowing point of the finger before? Miss Susato? Sometimes a man needs to point his fingers first and think later. Oh, well, if you say so. I think we'd better examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then. Staring you down. Staring you down. The key? What's this? That's a key she's holding. Look. I'm sure that wasn't in her hands before, was it? No, you're quite right. It's appeared as if by magic. That's strange. A big old iron key. Where did it materialize from? Whee! what's gonna be staring on you, child. I'm not going to examine the child's skirt. I'm going to present the key.
Take that!
Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back. It was in your mouth. Ah! Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before. Ah. Before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. Something is the key now in your hands. No doubt the key to the chest. You're so clever, Runo. So now it becomes clear. Thanks to Mr. Sholmes' graphic demonstration, you can well imagine what happened here. But Mr. Bigatoba also opened that metal chest only to be punched into the air and land sprawled on the settee. But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What of the stylish scarf, and the cup of tea, and above all, why would he be wearing Cosmo-sama's mask so all that shit was on there before he tried opening it? Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Clearly an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. Professor Bigatoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside. The mask was flung into the air just as he was, only to land neatly on his face when it fell back down. The teacup's journey through the air ended when it caught on the unconscious professor's finger. That's kind of hardcore. I don't know if it would logistically work like that. Unless, like, the fist just sprung immediately and not like it did when Sholmes demoed it. If it sprung immediately when he'd, like, released the catch and went to open it, then maybe it's a bit more convincing. Like, the fling of the lid, flinging the doily and the cups and the mask into the air with him. But, I mean, you get the point of it. You mean to say that that stylish scarf is actually just a tablecloth? This is the great detective's office, after all. A place of miraculous deductions. Yeah! Get in the stage. Yeah! Double spin! Would you expect anything less? Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Runo. This concludes Ryunosuke Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle. So then, I want to make a fresh pot of tea for us all.
Objection!
Oh, Sholmes! An admirable performance, Mr. Naruhodo. But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance. Mr. Sholmes! If you would cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Iris, clearly you're hiding a great secret. Uh-oh. Ah! She is? The look on her face. Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet. Yep, here we go, so I put it to you again. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. Really is a shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup. Must have been smashed when Professor Bigatoba opened the chest. Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here. Now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup away anymore. In other words, her great secret is something else. Let's put our observational skills to work here one final time then. Alright. What do you got here? Oh, it's this thingy. And we probably could have examined this before then. Actually, this time, at last, the knapsack is going to be the answer. I'm really not sure why you're so intent on showing Iris's bag to be complicit in these events. Because it's a sizable bag, big enough for sizable, big enough to carry things around, Mr. Naruhodo. That's what bags are for. So, the knapsack might never see the limelight, is me mean. I really wouldn't like to say. There's a very suspicious... Oh, hello. Case file. Ah, look, there. There seem to be more papers there. Is Iris trying to hide them underneath the tray? The insignia, Mr. Naruhodo. It's the official Scotland Yard document. What? But why would Iris have? We must ask her. An official Scotland Yard document. Over here, get over here, young lady. Young lady, you've got some splaining to do. You were attempting to abscond with that case file. Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective. Oh no! We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory early today. Ooh, smooth transition. Dr. Gorey informed us the autopsy report of Clint Van Zeeks had gone missing. That's an eerie glare. I love that scenery. I love that scene presentation. Clint Van Zeeks. Yes, I do seem to recall. But some years ago, I asked to see that report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris? You mean, it was you, Iris? Are those papers you have there, or... I'm sorry. Oh, forgive me! She did not hide it well. In truth, I would like to have thought I could have predicted the booby-trapped chest. It had caught me completely off guard. It was very nearly the late consulting detective Sherlock Sholmes. I'm sorry, Hurley. So you mean this autopsy report really is? Yes, I took it from the lab, even though I knew it was very important. Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris? Not exactly something that troubled me. Something I'd been looking for. When I saw this report, when I saw the writing in it, I knew it was Daddy's. Oh! The writing? Your father's writing. What do you really mean? Iris? Must be something that's hard for her to talk about. Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows. Mr. Sholmes, what is it? I feel as though the poor unconscious gentleman on the settee has been somewhat forgotten. Father! Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Naruhodo, yes? Would you be so kind as to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel. Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up. So will I. Oh no, I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. We wouldn't want Iris's brew to stew. Because there's no better way to make the professor comfortable than dragging him upstairs like a trunk. I wonder, perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Sholmes is making himself scarce to give Iris the chance to talk more freely. I must use this opportunity to talk with Iris. Find out what's going on. Your daddy. Would you like to tell us about it, Iris? About your father? I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner. Yes, that notes all about the cases they solved together are kept inside that metal chest. That's right. Hurley told me, you see. Said that Daddy's somewhere far away now, so we can't meet. It's one way of describing it. Then, when I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside, I started to build up a picture in my head of what Daddy must be like. What's only natural. Just like any other girl of your age. I read that Daddy was a professor of medical science, so I studied and took my degree too. Well, that's only natural, I suppose. In that respect, you're not quite like any other girl of your age, though. But there was one thing that I could never find out. Daddy's name. His name wasn't anywhere on any of the notes that he'd made about his work with Hurley. But then one day, that's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right? Yes. So it was the handwriting in the report that caught her eye. Huh. Can we see it? When I saw the writing on that report, I could hardly believe it. I know that handwriting, I thought to myself. Because it was the same as the writing you'd seen on your father's case notes. Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I need to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away. Even worse, I was told that was the first and last time we'd be allowed to even look at it there. So you decided to steal it. When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's. The signature of the coroner at the bottom of the autopsy report read Dr. John H. Wilson. So that's how I finally found out. I learned Daddy's name at last. I see. Ever since then, I've called myself Iris Wilson. Oh, ever since then, that's also when I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. I decided then and there that I'd write the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Oh, Iris, you had no idea the stories had quite such a deep personal significance for you. I can see why the autopsy report was so important to her now. Why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands on it. What does this mean? Just apologize, Iris. Oh? This is really all my fault. Harry made a promise. You see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret. I know, I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Gorey and apologize, I promise. Yes, we'll go together, I think. Then, let me look at it. Let me look after it for you until we get there. Finn's autopsy report. I want to look at this thing. Finn Van Zeek, 33, 31st May, 9 p.m. at midnight. Single stab wound to the heart. Superficial external wounds indicative of a duel. Scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring fingers of the right hand. No document and corresponding ink was found. Vital evidence recovered during the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit to the Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for the autopsy procedure. No internal trauma noted anywhere in the body. I must go and water my herbs, I think. I'll see you all later. Poor Iris. She must be feeling awful. I know Mr. Sholmes is here for her, but still. Ah! What? How? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? Oh, dear me. So, you've noticed, I see. Oh? But that would mean... What's the matter, Miss Usato? You've turned as white as a sheet. It's this autopsy report, Mr. Naruhodo. The one from 10 years ago. The writing isn't Dr. Wilson's at all. Huh? What do you mean? How could you possibly know that? Because I know this writing very well. This writing, it's my father's.